Welcome back to The Express at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre. We have a fun story for the hobbyist up next. From the Burnaby Miniature Railway, an interesting change to a crew that's been chugging full steam ahead since 1929.
Here at the Burnaby Central Railway, steam makes this miniature world go round.
We have a 1936 steam locomotive built in England and brought over to Canada, regauged, and it's been our main workhorse here. It's hauled thousands and thousands of happy kids.
Happy big kids like Jerry, who became obsessed with miniature trains when he was just 5 years old. 65 years later, he hasn't changed a bit, and neither has the technology.
You heat water, make steam, run it into a cylinder and expand it, and have the piston push against a rod that turns the wheels, and that's about as simple as it gets.
The BCR's got dozens of little locomotives, all of them painstakingly assembled by guys like Jerry and built for the simple task of putting smiles on faces. Trains
are magic. They invoke a spirit of going somewhere. They've come from somewhere, they're going somewhere, and it's where they're going, I guess, that attracts a lot of people.
Including the little girls at heart. Judith Williamson built her first mini train last year, this electric-powered box cab. Since then, she's become the only female member of this old boys club.
I got a bit of ribbing about the color and the size of it, but for the most part, they've been really welcoming and really accepting. And I think since I've started to run my own little engine, there's women and children that have taken more of an interest in it, and anybody can really do it.
And with tiny buildings, bridges, and tunnels, it's easy to lose yourself in the magic of miniature rail, because here you're never too old to be a kid. I'm Tim Chung in Burnaby for The Express.
The Burnaby Miniature Railway is open weekends and holidays through to Thanksgiving. The website is burnabyrailway.org. Now we have more signature West Coast attractions to showcase coming up, including a trip to wine country in Victoria. But first, we're heading up the sea to sky. Now, Whistler's famous for many things, right? Mountain biking, skiing, snowboarding, and golfing. Just not necessarily the golf cart kind.
Trees, mountains, terrain.
What'd you get there, Johnny?
A perfect setting for a hike. But these greens have golfing roots. Disc golf ones.
You can attract the hikers who want something a little different. You can attract the competitive people. You can, attract the kids or the families that want kind of a cheap thing to do on their holiday on a Saturday afternoon. And 1 under.
Club President Craig McConnell, along with other members of the Whistler Disc Golf Club, came out to enjoy a sunny afternoon on the 27-hole Whistler Disc Golf Course. A unique setup.
The terrain has a lot to do with it. A lot of courses in the city are flat and open. Obviously, we're a little more rugged, treed. It's quite a technical course compared to some of the other courses. So the holes are shorter, but you have to use a lot more shots, different techniques and styles of throwing to get to the baskets.
Disc golfers yell 4 and covet a hole-in-one. But there are no golf carts, no green fees, no stuffy costumes. And therefore, this accessible sport is embraced by more than 3 million people in North America, with more than 3,000 courses throughout the world.
It's free, you just have to buy a disc, and that's all you need, and you're set for the summer.
Yeah. Disc costs roughly $15, and like golf, each serves a specific purpose.
So you have putters and mid-range discs and drivers, and they're all different for aerodynamics and how slow they travel or how they brake one way or the other.
Why this disc?
Well, it's pretty easy to throw for a beginner. Disc golf discs don't fly like regular frisbees. So what they tend to do is when they slow down, when they stop spinning, they tend to fade to the left. The secret to a good shot is to getting a lot of spin on your disc. When you're holding your disc, you want all 4 fingers wrapped underneath and your thumb on top. That's called the power grip.
All right, so I'm starting with power grip.
Yep.
I think I'm going to be doing a lot of hiking today. All right, let's give it a go. Okay. Oh, a tree.
For beginners like me, the best place to start is probably going to be a soccer field where you can throw your disc along a line or maybe aim for a pole, or better yet, aim for a net, and that way you're not chasing your disc the whole time. But if you do know what you're doing, there's a par none golf tournament coming to Whistler on Saturday, June 25th.
We have two divisions. We have an amateur division and an open division. It's just a good social locals tournament. We have an after party and a lot of fun and a lot of prizes.
Whether playing competitively or just spending an afternoon out with the boys, the game is addictive. These disc dudes come out 5 days a week, if not daily.
It's just something about seeing a disc fly through the air, I guess. So it's like golf, you know, when you hit the perfect shot, it's the same thing.
Only in this game, there are no bad tee times. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Big Summer.
Good game.
The newest disc golf course in the Sea to Sky corridor, a 16-hole course at Whistler Olympic Park. You're watching The Express, and as mentioned, we have big entertainment news from Abbotsford, plus these stories coming up. After the break,
I have heard more than a dozen times, I feel like I'm in Provence.
Victoria's best-kept summer secret.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son.
White rock musician Tommy Alto.
Basically take Billy Idol and Johnny Cash, mix it together, add way more attitude, and make it way more catchy. Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington,
The Express.
Houston, Kingston,
We
Texas,
are your
Canada,
local
Rainbow,
voice.
Santa Fe, Tullamarine, was a Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Oscar was a Tennessee, Hannah's Jacob, Peaceburg, like a Rand Lake, Devil's Lake, Crater Lake, for Pete's sake, I've been everywhere, man.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Ready? This is for all the money.
Let's see if you can get this.
Oh! Ah!
Oh, yes I did.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I think I gotta work on my game a little bit. You were awesome. How many goals do you think you got on it today?
Maybe 20. I'm not sure. Never know.
I think you're pushing it a little bit with 20.
Welcome back to The Express at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre. The Fraser Valley is a great place for agritourism. There's tons of wineries and tons of berry farms. And if that's what you're into, you might want to hop the ferry for Vancouver Island this summer. We've got a few ideas for you with today's Cultus Lake Big Summer feature.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
Nothing says spring in the country like a roadside flower stand or a farmer's market or spending the afternoon enjoying a lovely lunch at your local winery. Well, North Saanich is ready to invite all of us out for a day in paradise.
Everyone knows everyone, and it really is a country feel walking in between seeds and farm fresh eggs. You have gentlemen that literally will park their tractor in the front of our parking lot. You'll have horses on our hitching post. You'll have dogs on the hitching post in the back, and you have kids running around in the backyard.
And just down the road from the Deep Cove Market is the North Saanich Farmers Market, which happens every Saturday, where you're going to find live music, fresh produce, flowers, plants, baked goodies, and great ambiance. And once you spend a couple hours here, you're going to work up an appetite, and you'll be ready for the Muse Bistro.
When we have people come out here, they sit in this patio in the summertime, and I have heard more than a dozen times, I feel like I'm in Provence.
The Muse Winery has now opened its bistro, and this summer they have live theater and music, including Nashville headliners.
We've partnered with the Peninsula Players. Last summer was our Dial M for Merlot. Well, this summer is called Gone with the Wine, and it's all about the Prohibition days in the U.S. and the rum runners on the peninsula that supplied them.
This musical will be outside, and you can sit and sip on locally made wine and nibble on some food while enjoying theater under the stars. And if it rains, fear not. You will be in the Bacchus Room, which is filled with local art that changes monthly.
We also do some art shows, so we'll have the Spring Studio Tour coming up. We'll have 5 local artists with their work, all the artists in attendance.
A visit to North Saanich would not be complete without a little trip to Patricia Bay, where you can swim and suntan and beachcomb. And while you're here, check out the new trading post. It's filled with antiques and First Nations art, and of course you can get a cold drink while you're there.
We're trying to get back to the 1800s, where you walk in and you have a general store and you can buy just about anything, and that's what we're trying to strive for.
The store is located on the Sachem Reserve, and they not only carry your basic corner store fare, but they also have an impressive collection of First Nations art.
I have about 40 different artists, jewelers, carvers, prints, I have all sorts, and log beds is another feature that we have.
I'm Karen Elgersma for Big Summer.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
Hey, the island's got it going on, but so does the mainland. And we have more Big Summer ideas for you coming up. And also on our youth-produced segment, Gen Y, we're meeting Tommy Alto at his favorite performance venue, White Rock Beach.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns, but I know...
Enjoying the view from the White Rock Pier, the crowds are treated to rock, sung by someone a lot younger than you would expect.
And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. I'm down here today because I really like busking. I like playing on the street. It's a lot of fun because you get to meet some really interesting people and getting a nice farmer's tan too. That's really great. I like the sun hitting me directly. Now all of a sudden she started to rock, and now down in the dip she started to rock, and now look in the mirror, red light was blinking. The cops was after my hot rod Lincoln.
Tommy's music is definitely infectious, but not your typical top 40.
Tommy Alto plays psychopop and rock and roll, and for all the people who don't know what psychopop is, basically take Billy Idol and Johnny Cash, mix it together, add way more attitude, and make it way more catchy, and that is psychopop. Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Manama, Lapaloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tuckerville, Barranquilla, Ampadilla. I'm a killer, I've been everywhere, man.
Just like every other performer, he has pre-show jitters.
Yeah, there's always pre-show jitters, and as soon as I take a step on stage and I say the first word on the microphone, it's just gone, and it's just all natural. I mean, you know, when I first started out, I was always really nervous. I get up there, hi. But, you know, I've been doing it for a couple years now, so I guess it kind of wore off, but always pre-show jitters, no matter what.
Sometimes I don't know if I'll make it through, but you know I'm gonna do it anyway.
When asked who he would like to do a collaboration with, Tommy's choice was not surprising.
Smoking big cigars, well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. If I could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, probably Johnny Cash, because I don't know, Johnny's he's always been a huge inspiration to me, and I mean, sort of his style, his attitude always kind of makes its way back into all of my songs. They all have a little bit of a rockabilly kick to them, I've noticed. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging.
Tommy hopes that music will be a part of his life for a long time.
Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. I think me and the rest of my band, we'd all be the happiest guys on earth if we can make it a career. But, you know, if it doesn't work out, I'm going into physics. The rest of my band is all going into various sciences. Generally just touring, recording, and playing our hearts out is what we're going to be doing for the next couple of years and hopefully decades. I've been everywhere.
One of the reasons why I like doing Gen Y is because I get to meet talented teens such as Tommy Alto. If you'd like more information about him and his crowd-pleasing music, check him out on Facebook. I'm Abby, signing up for Gen Y on the Express.
Boston, Charleston, Dayton.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options, Surrey Community Services Society.
Gen Y is a Shaw TV Access segment. The youth reporters are all volunteers that get to shine a spotlight on talent in the community. And speaking of spotlights, it's time now for our Cultus Lake Big Summer Spotlight on local events. Vancouver's signature festival and BC's biggest music showcase will animate the city for 10 days, featuring jazz, blues, funk, Latin, electronic, and world music at over 40 venues, indoors and outdoors, all across the city. A mind-blowing Afro-Cuban music experience comes to Vancouver for the very first time. The Pedrito Martinez group comes from New York City and will be led by world-class percussionist Pedro Pablo Martinez. The City of Langley hosts this annual Community Day Parade and honors Langley's incredible international flavor, celebrates its cultural diversity, and demonstrates that Langley is a great place to live, work, and play. As for exciting entertainment here at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre, Cirque du Soleil's Dralion is showing from June 2nd through June 5th. And if you're into a little thing called the Stanley Cup, you can watch the games right here on the big screen. Now that's it for today's Express. We're going to leave you with a look at Pirates Cove, which is a new show at this year's Vancouver International Children's Festival. And we'll see you next time.
Oh, you can trust old Jackie Storm. Ha ha ha! Don't make me do this. Oh, I'll let you know when I get me board back. I'll be painting it all black. None of this rainbow business.
No colors? I love me rainbow shit.
Maybe paint me face on one side. Just one gold tooth glimmering in the sun.
No!
It's been a while since I dreamed.
Stop the game, Storm.
Oh, no! Oh, no! It's just been so long since I've been this close to finding treasure. If this map be real, by Scallop's beard, I want it all.
Oh, you keep this up, you'll be walking the walk on me, fool plank yourself.